Aloha! Welcome back to the Dark Deity's Delights, where we taste and rate all things delicious and sometimes not so delicious. Basically, every single time I give you my honest review. I let you guys know what I really think about it. Everyone's taste buds are different, but at least you'll have some kind of example to go off of, and it's just a fun little series to try out new stuff. So, without further ado, today we are doing a different kind of Dark Deity's Delights. Goodbye, doggo. That's Kobe for all the fans. Anyway, today we've got cereal and milk, Dark Deity's Delights. Now, I picked out two different cereals. One looks totally weird, and I decided to grab it at the grocery store because I just saw it, and I'm like, yo, I gotta try that. It probably will be totally not my thing at all. It's very, very sweet looking, and it's one of those like really weird sugary cereals, you know? If any of you guys have like favorite sugary cereals as a kid, feel free to post those in the comments. Let me know what you guys liked. I remember liking Nesquik, Count Chocula, Fruit Loops. Actually, no, I didn't really like Fruit Loops. I got a story about that. Basically, I'll just tell you the story right now. A long time ago when I was a little baby Cinny, there was this like knockoff brand of Fruit Loops called Fruity O's, and they just did not taste the same. I don't know if you guys know what I mean. Whenever you get a knockoff brand, some of them hit. They're not bad. But a lot of them just like don't taste the same, probably because they're missing like that one like ingredient that's the same, where they just took it out or replaced it with a substitute, whatever. So anyway, Fruitios frickin' sucks. I'm sorry, Fruitios, but I'm just gonna say it. Don't get those. They're not like Fruit Loops whatsoever. They're not really like Fruitios either. They're just, I don't know what they are. They're just this abomination that just should not exist. They don't taste very good. Also, I ate it when it was stale, so I mean that probably played a factor. But anyway. Good old jerk stepdad made me eat the old cereal before the new cereal, and those were really old and outdated because no one in the house liked them, but I was forced to eat those before I could get Fruit Loops, and then I stopped liking Fruit Loops for a long time because I ate those stupid Fruitios. So, sob story now over. Stay away from Fruitios. We do not like those, but we do possibly like these, okay? There's two cereals that we got going on, okay? Now, I guess I'll show you this one. So this is the one that I'm really curious about, okay? Vanilla Frosted Cheerios. So back in my day, I'll go and try and find like a little picture for you guys if I can find it on the internet. It's the internet. I'm sure it's out there. There was a blue box of Cheerios that were just called Frosted Cheerios. I don't know if they were vanilla frosted, like the same flavoring, or if they had a totally different recipe. But I saw these, okay? And some of you Americans out there, I think you guys still have Frosted Cheerios in your area. But here in Canada, they just kind of ceased to exist. And those are a special edition, and I saw those, and I'm really excited to eat them because I really hope they are like the same Frosted Cheerios. Because I used to be a nut for Honey Nut Cheerios. Like, I know it's so, like, it's kind of like a boring, generic cereal, but they're just so good, okay? They're always there. They're always reliable. They're, like, decently healthy. And they got, like, a billion flavors of them. So Cheerios gets, like, the city approval. I like them. But the Frosted Cheerios I never saw kind of after I'd grown up a little bit. Like, basically after a few years, it seemed like they were, like, a marketing thing, and they just never came back. So I'm really excited to try those. I hope they're good. And then the other one that you guys probably already saw, it was this. So doesn't this just look like tooth rot, like upper mouth bleeding gum disease, like in a box? Because that's what I think of. Because Captain Crunch, for those of you who haven't had it, it's notorious for like cutting the roof of your mouth and just like making it just hurts to eat Captain Crunch, but it tastes so good. So you just keep doing it. But that's regular Captain Crunch. This is cotton candy Captain Crunch. So I'm already not like a huge fan of these super sugary cereals. Like, I kind of passed that time period. Like, when I was a kid, I liked Nesquik, like I said. I liked Golden Grams. I liked some of those cereals, but honestly, I was mostly just like Honey Nut Cheerios, Vector, Frosted Cheerios, just kind of like that kind of game, right? So I've never really been into these like super sweet cereals. And it's going to be painful, although it looks like they might be like berry-shaped instead, so maybe that's cool. So, yeah. I think what I'm going to do is start with the Captain Crunch. And that way we can end with the Frosted Cheerios and hope that we aren't let down. So, let me get this ready right now. I'll probably just do some fancy-schmancy editing or whatever. And then you guys can watch me eat this and either suffer or love it. So, yeah, give me 1 sec, you guys. First, almost forgot. Let's open it together, and let's give it a little, like, smell, a little sniff. Alrighty, what are these? Okay, you know what? They smell just like cotton candy, and actually, it kind of reminds me of going to the fair. They smell really good. I'm gonna try just like a couple little dry pieces. I think that's fair. So this is what you guys are dealing with. There's really not much to look at. They're just little like berry shaped cereals. So all right, dry cereal taste test. Wow, it's actually pretty good. So when you're initially biting it, kind of as expected, it doesn't really fully taste like cotton candy. You just bite it, and you're like, oh, crunchy cereal. This is sweet, and it tastes kind of nice. Yum, yum, yum. And then once you, like, actually chew it and you finish it, there's, like, that whole, like, sensation of cotton candy, like, dissolving into just liquid sugar on your tongue. It tastes like that. That's actually really impressive. So, dry cereal test is a pass. That's pretty good. Now we'll try a little bit in a bowl with milk. I don't know what kind of milk you guys drink. I usually go for the skim milk. I don't do almond milk or whatever for cereal specifically, although I do like almond milk. I think it's legit. But when it comes to cereal, it's gotta be old-fashioned milk. Ooh, yo, the milk turns a little blue. Not sure how well you guys can actually tell. I don't want to spill this on my keyboard and mouse, so that's all you get. Alright, we're gonna get it all soaked. Maybe leave like half dry, like the tops of it. That's like the optimal strat, I would say. You leave some of the dry cereal so it's not totally only milky tasting. You know, it kind of, this is to be expected, alright? So it kind of loses its cotton candy taste naturally, or whatever. When you put milk on cereal, it kind of loses its actual flavor a lot of the time. There are very few cereals I find that can actually hold up when they have cereal on them. So that's actually one reason why I like Cheerios so much. Is because Cheerios still taste like Cheerios when you put milk on them. They don't lose that flavor, and it's probably just because of the sugar coating or whatever. But they do taste pretty good, actually. I'm a little impressed because, like I told you guys, I don't really like the sugary cereals too much. But it actually tastes pretty good. Like, it reminds me of, like, Fruity Pebbles. That's what it is. I was trying to figure it out in my head. I'm like, what is that one cereal that I've had that I never got again but tasted alright? I'm not going to talk no shit on Fruity Pebbles, guys. Don't worry. I know there's probably at least like a billion of you guys. Billion of those Fruity Pebble fans. They're basically just Fruit Loops, just in berry form. But, yeah, I'd say that this one is like a... It's a hard mediocre. So I'd give it like maybe like a 5.5, 6 out of 10. That's pretty high as well. Like, I'm not really... I would never be like reaching for this one on the shelf. But they're okay. They hold up a little bit. They're better dry. They're definitely more of like a munchie, like a late night munchie snack. So, yeah, that's the Captain Crunch. Let's try the Cheerios now. Alright, I got my palate cleanser here. It's not actually hamburgers and root beer. It is indeed just water. Ice water. We have our palate cleansed. Now we try the good one, hopefully. That one wasn't bad. The Captain Crunch was not bad. Okay, alright, to be honest with you guys, it kind of just smells like cardboard. It doesn't actually have any kind of nice smell to it whatsoever. It makes me very, very nervous on how it's actually going to taste. I don't remember what the original Frosted Cheerios smelled like. Could have very well been similar to this, but I must have just really liked cardboard or something as a kid. I don't know. So let's try it. So without milk, let's see. It's definitely not the same. I can tell you right now that these are not the same as the old Frosted Cheerios. It tastes a little similar though, so this must be like their attempt at like a rehash. Or like a re-release or whatever you want to describe it as. Oh, baby. Alright. Now, nothing to see there. Just looks like Cheerios. It's probably going to just taste like Cheerios. Yeah. I agree, Kobe. So, Kobe kind of answered for me. They did my boy Frosted Cheerios dirty. These do indeed taste like cardboard, or at least similar. They actually taste worse than regular Cheerios. And regular Cheerios are good. Like, Honey Nut Cheerios are what I'm talking about, but like there's actually also the plain Cheerios with no flavoring. They taste kind of like those Cheerios, except if they were just like left out for like a week. And then re-dried, and then put back through the factory line, and then put into like the cereal box. So actually, I think that these are all of just the old regular plain Cheerios that didn't get eaten or like fell on the ground, or someone taste tested, and then they just put it back into this like other pile, and it went back through the conveyor belt, super fancy machine, and back into the cereal box because it does not really taste that good, and I'm pretty upset. You know, it's kind of like, let me try again. Okay, it's kind of like, I got it. It's kind of like when someone licks the chips off of, like, they lick the salt off the chips. Like, someone, like, my best friend's little sister, apparently she used to, like, lick the chip, the Tostito chip, and then put it back in the bag. And then you would, like, grab it, and it's, like, gross and wet, and you're like, dude, why is this chip wet? And you don't know why. You don't eat it. You just, like, kind of, like, either throw it to the side or whatever. And then, like, I found out later that this girl was, like, licking the chips and putting them back in the bag. And I was like, are you, like, that's disgusting. Why would you do that? That's just mean, right? And it's like, I just wanted the salt. And you're like, bro, like, that's not okay. Just go, there's a salt shaker in the living room, you know, or in the kitchen, you know? But anyway, yeah, these taste like Tostitos that had the salt licked off of them, aka they don't taste very good, and they're not really worth the limited edition. So I wasn't expecting to tear into Cheerios, for one, and especially the Frosted Cheerios, but unfortunately this one is a hard pass for me. So there you have it. Basically, I would say Captain Crunch Cotton Candy, if you feel like mixing it up and you want a sugary cereal for your like late night munchy needs or whatever, give them a try. They're not too bad. They taste just like cotton candy when you don't have them with milk. So maybe they're better as like a hand snack, like maybe a movie snack or something. But they still have that like bit of a fruity kind of sweet taste as well when they're in the milk. So yeah, I'll leave that one up to you guys. And then the Frosted Cheerios, Frosted Vanilla. That's a hard pass from me. Only eat this if you truly don't have any taste buds and you also don't want to have any taste buds. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Next week will be probably a viewer-suggested food item or beverage item. I won't say exactly what it is. But I think we're going to do a combo. So I'm going to make something, and I'm going to use their suggestion with that as well. So stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things. I appreciate you guys. Love you. Peace. It's a Triforce. It's also the Illuminati. Da-na-na. I can see my eyeball. All right, see ya.